Right, sorry about my Xbox, I left my Xbox on, but basically this video is literally very short and very quick. I aim to have it less than 5-minute video. Basically, last weekend, Sheffield Steelers versus Belfast Giants ice hockey match in the Elite League. There was a very controversial incident. There was a boarding penalty that wasn't called. The player was concussed. His name is Fretter. He was put into the boards by a guy called Galakos. Fretter is clearly concussed. He gets up, he skates in the middle of the ice and then attacks Galakos as he's now turned away. Hits him from behind, cheap shot, nah. And then there's a scuffle, and then Galakos, in defending himself, lashes out with his skate. Kicks out. And he could have made caused severe injury. There's a third party coming, another player charges in, another Belfast player. Or Sheffield player, I can't remember. I can't remember who was in what jersey. But basically, long story short, is they were assessed their penalties, they were given their suspensions. The thing is, because the referees missed so much and could have stopped that incident in its tracks, dead on, quick as, they could have quite easily diffused that as soon as the boarding incident happened. They didn't even call it delayed. The game continued unabated. And I'm against delay penalties in certain situations, but I'm not going to go into charging and boarding and things like that. There's going to be words I'm going to use that some of my viewers will not be familiar with. Now, they could have blown a whistle there and then, assessed him, separate the players, put one in the bin, in the penalty box. Other one could be assessed for a concussion, which should have been. Because it's now turned out he is concussed and will miss games anyway, regardless if he's banned or not. The fact that now the penalties are being reviewed again. Now, Galakos got 3 games for 2 other incidents and this one. He should have got 3 games minimum for the boarding alone. So the penalties are too soft. The Department of Player Safety, if you go on the Elite League website, you will find the Board of Department of Player Safety. They've issued a statement saying we were reviewing the incident again. Now, I was on the BBC News website, and you do have to dig to find ice hockey on there, but you can find it. It's a bit hidden. It's in the A to Z of Sports section. The thing is, what I've seen online is fans saying that this is an embarrassment to our league, and our league is seen as an officiating joke. That the penalties dished out for both players are not strict enough. They're too lenient. They're too soft. Because one only misses 1 game and one misses 3, but one's actually concussed, so he now can't play that game anyway, so it doesn't really matter. He's on an IR, which means there's a suspension coming later in the season. It is irrelevant, he's got to serve a game ban. Another player's got 3 games, but it's on review again. Now, I'm not going to get I'm going to get the article up, because to me, this is quite a serious incident, and I'm not saying that foul play doesn't happen and stuff like that. I'm completely accepting that physical play will eventually, tempers will fray, and incidents like this occasionally do happen, but I've not seen it. I've seen like whole team brawls between Nottingham and Sheffield in the past. I've seen that happen. Right, okay. The Belfast Giants won the game in the end, if anyone's actually interested. But here's the thing. Now, Galakos plays for Belfast. And he got a 3-match ban for incidents in the win in Sheffield. Now, it was basically a hit from behind, a late hit. He initially appeared to make contact. Fretter reacted 8 seconds later, so he's had 8 seconds to get his bearings, and then you go, right, you hit me, I'm having you. And he charged, which was a charging penalty. That should have probably been, that would have been. And I'm not going to go and explain what charging actually is, because we could be here for quite some time. Please leave comments in the video, and I will try my best to explain what the penalty meant. Basically, he charged him and left him flat out on the ice. Then there's now the scuffle, and then Galacos kicks out of his skate. Obviously in self-defence, but come on, you're wearing blades on your feet. Galacos got 2 separate bans of a game each for the boarding and the kick out. And there was an earlier incident in the match which he's got an extra game for. Now the Sheffield Steelers player gets charged, go on for charging, so he did get a charging penalty. Right, that's that. That's what that one says. Right, that was a day ago. Later in the day, same day but a few hours later, the Steelers Belfast Giants is to be independently reviewed. Now, I could show you the video. It's on the BBC Sport website. There you go. There's the headline. If you can just get my camera to try and... No, doesn't want to read that. Okay, doesn't want to read it. Fine. The Elite League is to review Sunday's controversial incident involving Sheffield and Belfast. We've already mentioned about Fretter being charged out, so that's another charging penalty and boarded. And then Fretter retaliating by charging him. Right, we've worked out. Giants fans, so Belfast fans, are quite angry about the retaliatory of Fretter, the retaliation. Yes, they admit their player should have got a few games for the various other incidents he was involved in. That's fine. They're not disputing that their player does not deserve a ban. What they're angry about is the length of ban for both players. And the Giants fans were the first to be angry about Fretter and the length of his ban. Anyway, BBC Sport Northern Ireland, so the regional news desk, learned that an independent assessor, not involved in the sport in the UK, so that's basically NHL, would re-examine footage of the incident. The Elite League then confirmed that their board had made an unprecedented move on the DOPS, Department of Player Safety. The people involved with the EIHL, so that's the Elite Ice Hockey League, Department of Player Safety, will not be involved in the review process, so they have no say, none. They've asked for an outside from another top professional league, which could be a league in America or Canada. I'm not saying it is or isn't the NHL, but it could be NAHL, NHL assessor, because we've got to look at the level of hockey we're playing at here, which is not NHL level, so it could be ECIHL, which is the East Coast Ice Hockey League, which is the 3rd tier. So it's someone from America, most likely. There was obviously the clash. It was in the final period of play, which is the 3rd period. If no one's not quite sure about ice hockey, you've got 3, not halves, but thirds of 20 minutes each, and it happened in the 3rd period. So towards the end of the game, and obviously there was. But here's the thing: Galacos, the player who initiated the dirty hit in the first place, and was rightly suspended for that. No doubt. The suspension's too short in my book, but he was rightly given thrown a book for that. He was left concussed following the retaliatory hit. And then it mentions all the other suspensions. But what's annoyed people more is when they found out that the Belfast player was clearly concussed. What's angered not just the Giants fans from Belfast, but fans from every team in this country, is that Fretter's sanction is only still a one-match ban. He's left a guy with a concussion. Now, as it stands, Galacos is bad for 3 games. He's concussed. He might not play for 6 weeks. So an independent, when your league calls in an independent player safety body, it's basically saying, we don't have faith in you anymore. Fans have reacted angrily. You have not done your job. Now, the length of bans given out were pitiful, but we accept that players are banned. Go on the Elite League website, and the Department of Player Safety will have a list of incidents reviewed from the weekend before, or that weekend, current in review, and then ones that have been resolved, and what action has or hasn't been taken. And the amount of times I see incidents saying no further action is required is a joke. This is making the league look like a joke. But honestly, in my view, you have to watch the incident for yourselves. you have to see what happens. And then you can make comments about like what you do or do not understand about the sport. And I completely understand that not everyone is an ice hockey fan, and not everyone has seen an ice hockey match, and I get that. I completely understand why people who don't watch the sport getting a bit like, what's he done wrong? I know it's a contact sport, or are they all penalties? And quite rightly, I could point out multiple penalties that are missed every game. Clearly, it's all down to referee's interpretation. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there and leave that as a discussing point, because the Elite League Department of Player Safety has not been consistent for a long time, and this is just the latest incident in a number that shame the league and shame British ice hockey and shame ice hockey in general, where different leagues have different interpretations of the rules. Well, if we all follow the NHL standard, that should be a minimum 3-game ban from the charging and leaving a player with concussion. He's got 1. The hitting the boards was the 3-game ban. He got 3 games for 3 separate incidents. So it's consistency in sport. How different leagues interpret fines and penalties and rules differently. But anyway, I'm going to leave that there simply because I'm not going to discuss the incident any further. It's not going to aid anyone's comprehension. The best thing you can do is watch it. Seriously, watch the incident, and then you have a better understanding of what has just taken place. In the context of the game, it was a very close game, and it's a heated rivalry. Belfast and Sheffield are 2 of the best teams in this country. The Steelers and Giants, they're 2 of the best teams in the country. They're going hammer and tongs. They want to win every game. It's a very, even though it's not the highest level and highest standard of ice hockey, there are ex-NHL players who play in this league. There's quite a few of them. They're not like your star players, but there are ex-NHL players who play in the league. So there's that to contend with. But you have to watch the incident. If you are an ice hockey fan, please place your comments below. If you're not an ice hockey fan and you don't know what charging is, or you're not sure on what you're viewing, trust me, leave your comments. Other people will comment. I will comment back. I am an ice hockey fan. I'm a bit of a sports nut. I know a lot about this sport. I've been watching this sport for 25 years. There is nothing I haven't seen, apart from players climbing to the stands to attack another fan with a shoe. But watch that incident. The Boston Bruins decided to fight the fans in the Garden, Madison Square Garden. But in all seriousness, jokes aside about past history, this shames the league. It shames the fact that player safety has not been taken seriously, or if it is, that's been taken seriously, that is not serious enough, because 1 player has been left with a concussion, and what we know about concussions leading to further mental health issues and other problems, and the more we learn about it, that's serious. So I thank you for watching. I hope you like and subscribe, and leave your comments below, and I'll have another video for you soon.